Hello everyone and welcome. It's hot. It's blazing hot. My name is Kat Armstrong and I created the Cheapskates Club a long time ago to share how my family lives the Cheapskates way, and that's debt-free, cashed up and laughing. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please introduce yourself in the comments. Live chat is enabled. But if you don't have live chat, that's not an issue. Pop it in the comments below. And of course, if you're a regular viewer, welcome back. Now, let me see. What have I got here? Lots of comments. Why can't I see them? Here we go. Right up to the top. Eve was first in today at 7:17. You're an early bird, Eve. How are you? And how am I coping with the heat? Not too bad, actually. Got to 46 here today. So that's not as bad as 47, 48 or 49. We've had 46 before and it's hot. So you get up early in the morning, close the house off. And for today, it'll be fine. If we had another really extreme heat day tomorrow, the house wouldn't have time to cool down. So it would be a bit awful. Hi, Yvonne. You're ready for you're early for a change. Hi, Paula. Hi, Barb. How you going? Lacey Dog is here. She's in the lounge room with Hannah lying in front of the air conditioner because it's just too hot for her. Hello, Jenny. Yvonne's looking forward to no spending month. Kylie. Well, that's a sad and happy occasion, isn't it? Pray that he is safe. 4 years. Okay, that's a long time. Mrs. Dilliger says hi. Euta says hi. Sylvia's with us tonight. Cheryl's here. Jane is here. Karen. Daniel Berry Sports Highlight 5851. I want to say the full thing. Happy Tuesday back to you. I totally forgot it was Tuesday because I lost a day. First of all, because it was a long weekend. And then we had a bit of a family emergency and we had to fly out of here with about 20 minutes notice on Sunday afternoon, and we didn't get back till last night. So I completely lost 2 days, and I totally forgot today was Tuesday. I knew it was Tuesday and I was getting ready for this show, but at the same time when I'm planning other things, totally forgot it was Tuesday. Totally forgot. Veronica, I am glad you are. Looking forward to no spending month. Hello, Annabelle. Hot at your house. I hope it's no fires. I've been watching. The wind here has picked up. So, I think they said we'd get a change about midnight, but it's not going to be much of a change. So anyway, hello, Joy. Hi, Mary. Hello, Vanessa. Oh, that's really nice. Our chats are the highlight of my week. I look forward to them. It's lovely. Hello, Maureen. Hope everything's well in your house too. Okay, Sandra and right. Okie dokie. Well, guys, what do I have to? Oh, I have to show you. I have to show you. If you are in Melbourne and you are around Noble Park, Springvale, Sandown, Dandenong, Mulgrave, Wheelers Hill, whatever, Mount Waverley, wherever, that sort of area, save more on the Princess Highway. And I don't know whether they call themselves Noble Park or Springvale. Anyway, if you know it, you know it. with the big wobbly man out the front, the discount supermarket, have eggs. They're only the 600 grams, so they're not the really extra large ones, but they have eggs for $2.50 a dozen. It's on a short BBD, I think the 9th of February, but the eggs, hello, they will keep in your fridge. And they have, what else? What else was it? They had eggs I wanted to tell you about. Oh, the 400-gram tins of SPC crushed tomatoes for $1 a can. That's a really good price for SPC. They had something else. Oh yeah, the KR Darling Downs, is that them? Half leg hams for $7 a kilo. I didn't check the date on those because I wasn't buying one. Was there anything else that I thought was noteworthy? Just the eggs and the tomatoes. I visited a friend today, and on the way home, I'm over that side of town anyway, so we did this sort of detour and popped in, and I checked out those things. So two good things. So if you're in that area and you need those things or you use those things, hop to it. They had yogurt pouches. I don't think I've ever had yogurt in a pouch, so I don't know. I think they're $1 each. I'm pretty sure NQR had them at that price a couple of weeks ago. Anyway, and then Big Watermelon had, let me see, I had it up and now I've lost it. Has watermelon, whole watermelon, $1 a kilo. That's the normal price. And what? Oh, Big Watermelon has eggs. Again, they're only the 600 gram, but it's buy 3, get 1 free, and it's 3 for $12. So you're getting 4 for $12, which makes them $3 a dozen. So not quite as good as the Save More deal, but if you're not over that way, that's a pretty good deal too. I've noticed potatoes are coming down in price, guys. Thank goodness. Just be aware that the potatoes are coming down in price. They are the older potatoes that have been in cold storage, so you need to use them pretty quickly. I got 5 kilos for $5, $1 a kilo, which is the cheapest it's been for ages. But they are older potatoes, come out of cold storage. So I had to we used some. I made a massive potato salad, and I quickly processed some for the freezer. So we're happy and grateful for the lower price at last. But if you do buy potatoes, you see them really cheap like that, just be aware that is going to be the issue with them. Okay, Eve says it was 52 degrees in a car when she went and came back. Ouch. Got down to 48. Oh, it was hot. Greg made pizza for tea. Well done. I need to scoot up here somehow and do this. How does that work? There we go. Well done on making pizza for tea. I have to say, it's too hot to put the oven on. We had cold meat and salad. Far too hot. Eve had pizzas using puff pastry in the air fryer. Even too hot for that, I think. So there you go. All right. So, guys, we're nearly to the end of January. 27th. Saturday's the last day of January. If you've been following along with Super Shopper, you'll have been doing those challenges and things. If you haven't, it's all in the member hub. All you've got to do is log in and get it down. But if you're new to Cheapskates, every February for over 20 years, we have done a no spending month. So if you're doing no spending month or just thinking about it, pay attention. This video is for you. It's all about no spending month. And if you're perhaps feeling a little, I don't need to do it, or I don't want to do it, so I'm going to find an excuse to not do it, that's okay. It's fine. You can resist. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to know. And it's actually normal, because there will be times when I go, I really don't want to save money. I really don't want to not spend money. I just want to be able to go and spend. Now, mind you, when I get money and I can go and spend, I find it very difficult to do, because there's nothing much I need, nothing much I really want. But anyway, so little resistance, completely normal, and you are welcome anyway. We're going to talk about tonight what no spending month actually is, what the rules are, why they exist, and what you can still spend money on, because you do have to still spend some money, and why this year I've decided that the pantry side of no spending month is going to be a little different. Now, remember last year, no spending month and the pantry side was different, and we put the money that we didn't spend on groceries into our slush fund. We're going to do something a little different this year. Now, don't think of no spending month as me being difficult to get on with, and don't think that I'm being bossy, because I won't know if you don't do it. It's entirely up to you. This year is about gentle and calm and kind. So you need to be gentle and calm and kind to yourself, just like I'm going to be. No spending month isn't a punishment. It's not about depriving yourself. It's not about doing absolutely everything perfectly, by the book, to the letter, dot the I's, cross the T's, don't forget the full stop. It's not about that. No spending month is about giving your budget some breathing room, using what you have before you buy something else, and it's about starting February feeling a little bit calmer and more in control. So let's get into it, as Mark from Self-Sufficient Me says. Let's walk through it all together. I just want to, got comments. I'm going to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with comments too, and I don't want to go too late tonight because it's too hot. Fiona has refillable yogurt pouches. What do they do? Why would you, what's wrong with yogurt in a tub? I don't get the idea. So explain to me, Fiona. I don't get them at all. She had leftover chicken sandwich with her own cucumber. Yum, yum. Oh, kids love them. Well, kids love anything, don't they? When my kids were little, it was tiny teddies in little packets. Say no more. If kids love them, I understand. All right, back to no spending month, so I'm not wasting your time. No spending month's not a competition. It's not a test of willpower. It's not a white knuckle challenge where I want you to be absolutely miserable for 28 days and make your whole family miserable for 28 days. And that's why I chose February, because it's only 28 days. Every other month, you've got 2 or 3 more days. Be grateful I chose February. Think of it as a pause. And remember, this year, we're going to take pauses. We're going to pause so that we can be kind to ourselves, so that we can be a bit calmer, we can do things gently. So think of no spending month as a pause. It's a pause on non-essential spending. It's a reset of habits, because this is January's our reset month. No spending month, it's a chance to notice where money goes, where it just quietly crawls off or fritters away or jumps out of your purse. The little things that we spend money on without thinking, because of course we all have the mortgage or the rent or or, the school fees going back to school. We've got power bills and things. We've all got set bills to pay, but it's the other things that eat up our money and can really cause a lot of stress and destroy our life. So think of No Spending Month as a chance to notice where that money quietly leaks out. And you can do it without judgment, because we'll all be doing it. The other thing is, it doesn't have to be perfect to work. Just do it. Even if you only do a mostly no spending month, you'll get some results. You might only be able to do 1 week of no spending month, or you might only be able to do 3 weeks. Doesn't matter. Do what you can when you can. That's our goal this year. We're going to do what we can when we can. Now, the rules, same as always, guys, same as always. So let's go through them. Let's start with the things that you're not going to spend money on during February. And I want you to remember, this is for 28 days. It's not forever. It's for 28 days, 4 weeks. So in that time, you're not going to spend money on magazines or takeaway meals or restaurant meals. Not zipping into the coffee shop for a iced latte with the girls after school drop off. No, we're not doing that. And maybe instead of eating out, you can try some new recipes at home, which fits perfectly with the pantry side of our challenge. You can set the table nicely. If your candles haven't melted in today's heat, eat dinner by candlelight. When I used to do that for our kids, they loved it. They thought it was special. It was nothing special. It was whatever was on the meal plan anyway. We just ate by candlelight. And when they were little, they loved it. They thought it was a real treat. It makes it a little bit different. It makes it feel special, makes the meals feel special, an occasion without spending money. This is where you're going to have to be tough with the kids. No tuck shop. No tuck shop or canteen. Nope. Not in February. And that's really tough because it's hot. So an ice block at lunchtime would be nice. And all the other kids, start of the year, all the other kids will probably have money for tuck shop or canteen, but it's not essential. You might need to think a bit more about making their lunch boxes a bit nicer, a little bit different, putting a treat in them, whatever treats are allowed at your school. And the kids can survive a month without tuck shop. Absolutely. I think I covered no buying morning tea or lunch or afternoon tea. We're not going to do that. If someone invites you out for morning tea, say, look, I won't have time to go out, but do you want to come here and have morning tea at home or afternoon tea at home or lunch at home? Or make it an occasion and have a really nice afternoon tea. This fits perfectly with our pantry portion of this challenge too. Eat what you already have at home. That's a big rule. That's a big rule, and it's really important for this month. No going to the movies, no new clothes, no new toys. Christmas is only a few weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Nobody needs new toys right now. No paid apps. No weekends away. All sorts of things. Find those things. And I think I covered this, but, no meeting friends at coffee shops. This is one that some people really struggle with. It doesn't mean you don't see your friends. It means you meet them and see them differently. You're changing the environment. Go for a walk. I used to meet a friend before school pickup, and we would walk around the school grounds, do 2 laps before school pickup, just talking. Yabbering away. Good exercise, didn't cost anything. Was nice to catch up with her. Nobody felt deprived. It worked. Do that. Or visit in home, like I said. Have them over to your house or, whatever. No unnecessary car trips. Plan your shopping. Plan your errands so you go saving fuel at the same time. No buying that really pretty blue and white washing basket from Kmart. No new home decor. That blue and white washing basket's gorgeous. I don't need it, so I'm not buying it, but it's really pretty. No new curtains, no new towels, no new ornaments or sheets or cushions. Doesn't matter. You're not going to spend money on them. No new shoes. This is a big one for me. No new craft supplies. Even if they are on clearance, I have to use my stash. You do too. No trips to the hairdresser. It's only 4 weeks. We can try a home hair color. Watch a few YouTube videos and figure out how to cut your own hair. Just let it be for a month. No visiting the nail salon. Moo how to, moo your manicures. Look them up on YouTube and do your own. Go to the members centre in the tip store. There's heaps of ideas for these things. In February, we're gonna make do with what we've got, or we're gonna do without. No alcohol. Give it up for the month. It's only 28 days. Same with junk food. There's plenty of moo alternatives using pantry ingredients. What else? I can't think off the top of my head, and my list is repeating itself now, so I'm just going to say anything else that isn't essential to living for 28 days, you can't spend money on. And I think that's probably the most important rule. If it's not essential to life, then you don't buy it. But you can still spend some money, and this is the part people forget. They get a bit upset about no spending and I've got to do this and I've got to do that. Well, there's some things that you absolutely have to spend money on. You can't not pay the electricity bill. You can't not pay the gas bill or the phone bill or the internet. So you spend money on the bills that fall due during February, like your utilities, your insurance, car registration, school fees. They're all normal, regular bills, and they should be budgeted for. So you have to pay them. If you have pharmacy needs, never, ever, ever skip prescribed medications. I would never tell anyone to do that. If you need to get a script filled, fill it. You need them for a reason, so we're not going to skip them. Any school expenses that must be paid this month, like photos usually come in the first couple of weeks, camps, excursions, probably already in your school budget, but they have to be paid. They have to be paid. School fees have to be paid. They have to be paid. If you've got to buy fuel for necessary car trips, of course, but emergency car trips, like we had at the weekend, they blew this month's fuel budget right out of the water, but we had to do it. Home repairs that you genuinely can't do yourself and absolutely need to get done straight away. And before you call someone, check on YouTube, because you might surprise yourself. You might be able to do that home repair. And you can buy your basic groceries that you normally buy weekly, fortnightly, monthly. No spending month does not mean no food. Okay, and that leads me into what's different about this month. Before we do, I'm going to go back and try and find, oh my goodness, Joy says, I think we're on the yogurt tubes. They suck from the tube, so no lost spoons. Okay, I never had lost spoons anyway. I never had lost spoons. I never had lost containers. What is it with people not teaching their children to be responsible for their belongings? Hi, Beverly. Frugal Queen in France, yes, she does. I'm not particularly sure that I'm a fan of her method. Anyway, but she does well. Watering and chatting over the fence. Well, you go for it, Delaney. That's absolutely fine if you can bear to be outside. It has now dropped down to 44 degrees. I'm looking at my little thing up there. It is still hot. Hot and bothered, yeah. Okay. Oh, this jolly thing is all over the place. Veronica still has Christmas junk food to eat, yes, and before we know it, it will be, well, it's Valentine's Day, that means nothing in this house, but Easter. Yep, Fiona's exactly right. If kids earn pocket money, they can choose to use it at the canteen or keep saving for what they really want. And she's got presents to buy and she's covered them in her budget. Way to go. No, pocket money doesn't stop. It's like a wage. If they earn it, they earn it, and you give it to them. All right. Okay. So, what's different about this year? Ooh, I'm so glad you asked. The pantry side is going to look a little different this year, and I'm telling you now before we start on purpose, because if I wait until the last minute, I know exactly what happens. People panic, and that causes panic resistance, and then they come up with 25,000 creative reasons why they can't possibly do a no spending month. So let's get organised early, because no spending month starts on Sunday. I started talking about it last week, so there we go. And let's also clear the air by saying that this year it is not a stop shopping challenge. It is a use what you already have challenge. And it's also one of the easiest ways to save money without feeling deprived. No spending month is an ideal time to reset your pantry. Now, if you're doing Super Shopper, you've already done a bit of a reset. We're going to do it again. Let me tell you, your pantry needs to be done every month. I do mine every month, sometimes more often. It gets out of control. It needs to be done. But after Christmas, routines are all over the place because we're still in holiday mode, and it's summer in Australia, and we laid back Australians are even more laid back. And the food's been bought with great intentions to use it up, and we've stretched our grocery budget as far as it will go. So now we need to reset the pantry. And doing it in February over a full month gives you time to rotate the stock properly, to use the forgotten foods, because remember I asked that question. Someone had sardines and something else, and the way she put it, I can't remember what it was. It was over in Cheapskate's Chatter, and my mind's gone blank, and they had something and sardines, and it sounded like it was together. I mean, separate items, but the way I read it, like, ooh, something else, ooh, that's awful. But yeah, we're going to use the forgotten foods. We're going to break the keeping it just in case buying habit. We're going to prove to ourselves and to our families that we can eat well with what we already have in the house. Now, the first step, I'm going to call it a pantry reveal. And yes, that includes your pantry, your food cupboard, your fridge, your freezer, your garden. They're all part of your pantry, different areas of your pantry. But when you do that reset, you'll see you'll see the good, you'll see the bad. Surprisingly expired because you didn't know it was there. There's no judgment here. We all have those things. We all have those things. We're just going to be honest with ourselves. All right. Now I have to read you. I had an email. Let me see if I can find it. About this. And she said, I'm a little confused about no spending month. Are you suggesting that we use our carefully built up stock of shelf staple food? The pantry inventory will include these, and of course they could be used to save money, but why deplete our stash? Oh my giddy aunt. Your stockpile is to be used. It is not meant to sit on the shelf as home decor. It is not to make your kitchen look pretty. You use your stockpile. You don't just buy something, sit on the shelf and not use it. You should be rotating through it. Once you've built it up, then you're just replacing what you use. But you most definitely use it, and you will be using it in no spending month. So here's what makes this challenge work. You're not going to stop shopping entirely. You're not going to stop stocking your pantry. You're not going to stop growing. You're not going to stop preserving food. What you will do is stop relying on the newly bought food for meals. So you go shopping this week, you just put it at the front. No, we're not going to do that. You can buy fresh produce if it's absolutely necessary, because we're going to eat. You've got to eat and you've got to stay healthy. I encourage substitutions, and I more than encourage creativity, because I know there's some really good cooks in this bunch of people. There's some really good cooks in this bunch of people. And if you're on YouTube, then you can most definitely look up some recipe ideas, type in the ingredients you've got and see what comes up. They may appeal, they may not. Take what works for you and use it. Because the goal for us this month is to finish February with a pantry that's stocked as normal, but we have better rotation, we have a better understanding of what we actually use, and we have a better idea of, how do I word it? Better idea of what our stockpile, what our pantry stockpile should be. When the goal isn't to finish with an emptier pantry, it's to finish with a smarter pantry that actually works for us and makes our life easier. And I know lots of people will stock and stock and stock, and they'll have all sorts of things in there, and sauces especially, says she as she looks into her cupboard and it's full of sauces, but we use them. We use them. We rotate through them all fairly quickly. You might be given hampers at Christmas time that would have things in it that you put in the pantry because you might use it. You don't know that you like it, but you might use it. All those things, we're going to work through them this month. And I've called week 1 strategic stockpile survival, because this is where the magic starts for us with the pantry portion of no spending month. Because I'm going to say, I am pretty confident that you guys understand that you're not going to buy new clothes, you're not going to go to the cafes, you're not going to go to the movies, you're not going to spend money on all that frippery. But I want you to really concentrate for this month, for 28 days, 4 little weeks, on your pantry and how not spending mindlessly will work. Because instead of I'll decide what we're going to eat and then I'm going to shop, you could flip it and say, I'm going to look at what I have, what's on the shelf or what's in the cupboard, what's in the fridge, and then decide what to eat. Because when you do that, this is where all those forgotten things in your pantry, they absolutely shine. You've got tins waiting patiently. You've got packets bought for one recipe. Freezer meals you made. Now, someone was talking about freezer meals and cheapskates chatter today, and they've got a freezer full of freezer meals that they forgot they had. Perfect. Think of it as pantry scavenger hunt. Some meals will be absolutely brilliant, and some will be fine, and some will be absolutely disasters. And if that's the case, that's all right, because you will know and you will never repeat it. It all counts. Now, it's really interesting because when we do this, and I will go through it each week, we'll start on Sunday. You can log in, find what's happening. I'll have everything ready for Sunday because there will be different levels each week for you. But by about halfway through, by about mid-month, you'll notice something interesting happening. Your fridge might be empty. The freezer will be organised and manageable. You won't find lost freezer meals at the back buried under peas or something. Your grocery bill will be shrinking. Your leftovers won't be leftovers. They'll become ingredients for other meals. Things like roasts will become wraps. Vegetables will be turned into fritters, or if the weather cools down, soup. You can stretch your sauces. A little bit of milk in the creamy ones, a little bit of water or vinegar or soy sauce, something else. Stock to thin them down and stretch them. And I think that's where the Cheapskates Club and Cheapskaters absolutely shines, because we're really good at substitutions. We're great with coming up with swaps and clever ideas. If you're not sure, ask the question. Someone will come up and help you. They will know for you what to do. All right, hang on. I've got a question here. Do I feel something big is going to happen economically this year? I think this is going to be a hard year for a lot of reasons, not just economically. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to step it back a bit, to do things a little bit differently, be a little kinder to myself and to you. Because honestly, the world is in turmoil. And I haven't seen the news for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And I don't really want to, in this case for me, ignorance is bliss. You know, if someone wants to blow something up, they're going to do it whether I say yay or nay. Me knowing about it and the thought of it just stresses me out, and it doesn't make my life easier, and it doesn't make it more pleasant. And I think that the stupid, greedy, ignorant men that start wars should be the stupid, greedy, ignorant men that fight wars. Kylie's just said goodbye to her son. I have cousins in the army. We have cheapskaters with other children in various branches of the ADF. I don't think we should be, I think these stupid old men, sometimes women, that want to fight a war, they need to be the ones that are out there fighting it. Let them fight each other. We shouldn't have to send our children and our grandchildren, our nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, whatever, to fight their battles. As for economically, I think it's going to get tough. It's going to get harder for a lot of reasons. We've got the most awful. This should be our peak food growing and producing season, and it's just all over the place. We've got drought, we've got fire, we've got flood, we've got cyclones, we've got winds that blew over my apple tree last week. My poor little apple tree. So I think it's going to be tough because food is going to become more expensive. That automatically impacts families, but we can get through it. One thing we don't need to do is not be unaware, because we need to be aware and we do need to prepare, but we need to do it so that it's not stressful for us. If that answers that question. Interest rates, I have no idea. I think the Reserve Bank needs to be, the whole board needs to be, and that's my opinion. Joy gets things from Volley's Pantry at Food Bank. Well done. She has lentils and chickpeas and plans to use them in salads. Chickpeas make great hummus. So there you go. All right. Now, you'll notice towards the end of the month, I'm going to get you to do what I'm going to call the abundance audit. You will compare where you started with where you finished. Hopefully you'll notice what's gone, what you didn't miss because you didn't buy it, things that you won't buy again. And I'm sure all of us will have some of those. Often it could be things that we buy 2 different brands, but they do the same job. There you go. And this is really good because this gives you confidence. Gives you confidence in your grocery budgeting. Gives you confidence in your ability to manage a working pantry and keep it under control and under budget. And that happens because you've used what you had for the month and you realize something, and this is really, really powerful. Really, really powerful. But you realize that you already had enough. It just wasn't being used well. So you've changed that. You've gone, well, you know what? We all had breakfast, we all had lunch, we all had dinner. Nobody went to bed hungry. The children aren't going to get rickets or whatever from malnutrition. We had enough. And I was able to use it to create meals that my family hopefully will enjoy. Okay. So it is a really powerful thing at the end of the month to do that. And I'll walk you through it when we're ready to do it. Now, I think the biggest takeaway from this challenge isn't just the money that you're saving by not spending, and that's for the whole of No Spending Month. And that is really lovely. And we all like to see our savings grow or have a lump sum to pay off a debt. But I think it's the mental shift. It's the switch in our brain that flips, because we've got less waste. We have less clutter. We have less stress. And I know people will say, oh, I'm not stressed. Stress affects us in so many different ways. It doesn't necessarily turn us into a bumbling idiot that sits in the corner and sucks a thumb, but it can affect us in so many ways. I know I'm stressed because my hair falls out. I can go like that and I will pull out a handful of hair when I am stressed. That's the first sign, even if I don't think I am, even if days are going on the way and I think everything is normal. As soon as my hair starts falling out, I know I am stressed. As soon as I'm not stressed, it stops falling out. So there are different ways it affects us. It's not necessarily butterflies in the tummy and shakes and being nervous and frightened all the time. So the mental shift is going to give us less stress, but it's going to give us more confidence. And you know what? I said it earlier and I'm going to say it again. You don't have to do the whole month. Start with week 1. Do what you can for week 1. Jump in where you are. Just start. And I'm going to say that because the cheapest food you will ever eat, is the food you've already paid for. People ask me why I do a yearly shop, because I'm eating next December at last December's prices. It does save me money. That's why I do it. That's one of the reasons why I do it. So the cheapest food you will ever eat is the food you've already paid for. Hopefully this whole month will see your savings grow or see your bank balance grow. So at the end of the month, you can go, woohoo, we can clear a debt, or we can pay a lump sum off the mortgage, or we can do whatever. It's really important that we understand that. Right now, Kylie says, if I ran the world, new rule, if you tank the GDP or start a borders dispute, you go to bed without supper. Well, naughty, put them in the naughty corner. I have said it. Put them in the naughty corner, bring them to my house, and they will go in the naughty corner, and they will not be happy. They will not be happy at all in the naughty corner. Hannah will tell you the naughty corner in our house is not fun, is it? We've got a few corners. They're all filled with naughty children. Yeah, I've said it before. I think I said it. I think the first time I said it was during an interview on ABC Radio. I said, no, just put them in the naughty corner. No, I'm sorry. These greedy old men that want to start a war, they should be the first ones to fight it. Anyway, back to our current discussion. I never have excess powdered milk, but yep, if you do, make yogurt. Jelly, yes. Actually, on hot days, really hot days like today, jelly is a wonderful thing to have in the fridge. It's cooling, it's hydrating. Yes, it may be full of artificial colours and sweeteners and sugars and whatever, but it's cooling and hydrating. It's really good, and it's an easy thing to eat when it's hot. Joy says when she's stressed, she feels her heart thumping, fight or flight thing. Yep. No, I don't get that. I just get, and it can happen very quickly. If something happened, I'll just go like that. And if I pull hair out, I know I have to take a step back. Okay, now guys, Sunday, it's coming Sunday, so stay tuned. Keep on Cheapskates Chatter, check in the members hub. It will all be there for you for No Spending Month. I will pop some links into this week's newsletter so that you'll be able to follow through. But just remember, we're preparing for it now, and that doesn't mean that you're going to run out and spend $500 on groceries so that you don't have to do it in February, because that's not what I said to do, is it? We're just going to go, okay, you've got 5 days to get your head around not spending money on stuff that you don't need and on using what you have and then just replacing it for your pantry or doing your normal grocery shop. Okay, that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to finish a little bit early because it is roasting hot. I'm down to 42. I'm sweltering. Well, it's 42 outside. It's not inside. It's inside. It's about 32. It's still warm. If you found this video helpful, thumbs up would be really, really appreciated. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you know someone who might like to know about the Cheapskates Club or who might like to join in the No Spending Challenge, there's a share link. Send it, vid it and send it to them. If you know someone who could use a calmer start to the year, I'm hoping we've been calm this year so far, hit that share button and send it to them. And if you want all the bits that go with No Spending Month, because there'll be worksheets, there'll be all sorts of things, you'll find it inside the Members Hub when No Spending Month begins on Sunday, the 1st of February. Okay, now, thank you, Delaney. Yeah, if you're still here, thumbs up will be very much appreciated. We've got 57 people watching. I wonder if we've got 57 thumbs up. I don't know how to check that when I'm in this program. But anyway, I will let you go. If it's very hot where you are, stay cool. I know we have cheapskaters in the Otways fire zones. We've got cheapskates in the northeastern fire zones. We've got cheapskates sweltering in South Australia. We've got some under flood watch in Queensland. So just know I'm thinking of you all, praying that everyone will be safe, and we will all be able to come back next week when we've actually started our spending month. Have a great week, everyone, and I will see you same time, same channel next Tuesday. Night for now.